Okay, so now it's time to start looking at JavaScript. And the best way to learn JavaScript is to just jump right in and start doing it. Rather than go really through a bunch of tiny little steps explaining how JavaScript works, I wanted to start with a video where you can just see an actual JavaScript working. So, first of all, what is JavaScript? Well, JavaScript is a kind of script. Scripting is little programs that add interactivity to your page. You can write simple scripts that will do create behaviors on your page. So by far the most common way to do this is JavaScript, although there are other scripting languages, Perl script, and another one is VB script. VB script was created by Microsoft. JavaScript was created by Netscape, which later became Firefox, and it sort of became the preferred or most common scripting language for the World Wide Web. It's sort of the default now. So JavaScript is usually the best one to use because it has the most widely compatible scripts. So, okay. JavaScript could be an entire course into itself, but let's just quickly look at how JavaScript could work. So let's open up the page we made of the canvas. Open that in Dreamweaver. In theory. Here we go. Okay, so now first, whenever you write a script, it needs to come after whatever it's affecting. So since we're going to create a script to create a red rectangle somewhere within this blue canvas. So after the canvas tag, we'll put in a script. Okay. And that script, we're going to use VAR, which stands for variable, and canvas object. And I'm going to put equals document dot get element by ID. So this is why we created an ID for our canvas, my canvas. So that's what we want. So get element by ID, and we're going to put in parentheses, in quotes, my canvas, which is what we called it. Okay. Now, and we end a line here with a semicolon. We end lines JavaScript with semicolons. And then now we're going to say var crt for create equals, and I really don't need these spaces before the equal signs. I was doing it to make it easier to see, but let's take them out. CRT equals canob dot get context. We have to tell it what kind of an object it is. And so this is a two-dimensional object or a 2D object. Semicolon. And then create dot fill style. What are we going to fill that area with? Equals, quote, and then we can put in our hexadecimal code for red, which is, say, our first two digits will make sixes and the other 4 zeros. That should be something reddish because, sorry about that, because see, if we roll over it, Dreamweaver shows us a preview of the color. It's sort of a dark red because we know our first two digits are for the R and the other 4 are G and B. All right. So let's put a semicolon because that's the end of that. And then we're going to tell it where this rectangle needs to be. So fill rect for rectangle equals, sorry, not equals. We got to tell it where it is. So 0, 0. As you can see, there's a ruler here at the top, and 0 pixels is in this corner. And if you imagined another one going down, it would start at 0, 2. So 0, 0 is this top left corner. And then we want to tell it how big to make it. So let's just say, let's just call it 100 by 50. Okay. And then file save. And if we go to our browser and preview it, you will see that there is a red rectangle in this top left corner. Now, what we can do is we can also change where that is. Say we want it to be in 100 in and 100 down, so it would start somewhere in this area, right, like that. We could change the X and Y axis here to 100 and 100. Oops, that's 1,000. We want 100. Save that. Now, if we go to our preview, if I refresh this, and if I did it right, it should be somewhere in this region. Okay, a little further down than I thought, but there it is. So, and you can continue to tweak. Say that was further down than we wanted it. We want it to go back up a little. We can always go in here and say not quite that far. Refresh. There we go. I moved it back up a little. Anyway, so that shows you real quickly. It's a good illustration of the power of JavaScript.